Another adventure. Here we go. Well, we're here today on Button Hill, and we are going to do a little testing with the Relic Hound. We got the Relic Hound with us. We're going to find some stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to take the MX Sport, and I'm going to go around and mark some targets I think are good targets, and then we'll come back with the AT Max and go over those same targets and just see what the difference is, and trying to determine which one might be better in the iron. I've used the AT Max in the iron a little more than I have the MX Sport, but I felt like I need to give the MX Sport a good chance too. Brought it out here last night and did pretty good. I was very surprised with the stock 10.5-inch coil or 10-inch coil, and so I'm gonna do a little scratch the ground comparison today, and you know, here for just an hour or so, and then we're gonna go dig some Civil War relics. So we'll be back with you. All right, well, first target. This was one of them here. It's a square nail, where the Garrett said that it was a good target, and the MX Sport, you know, peeped a good target. Every now and then it'd be a 70 or 65, but for the most part, the iron audio on this, the iron ID was showing it was an iron target, something that I normally would not dig with the MX Sport. And here's another one that I would not have dug with the Sport, and it was this piece of wire that the Garrett, you know, some of those were iffy signals, but it was giving me enough of a good tone, and I would try it with the iron audio on and off to see, but it was a good enough tone that I would mark it to dig. But if I'd have gone over it first with the MX Sport, I would not have dug that. Well, here's the first signal. That this was another one of those signals that well, you know, I don't know what it was, but the Garrett, I would have dug it. I marked it. I came back over it with the Sport, and you know, got like a one-way signal. You know, something I probably would have dug. Then I changed it and went into coin and jewelry mode, and it hit it a little better, but it was definitely grunt and iron, and changed it back to the high trash mode, and you know, got our first button. So, you know, both machines, I believe, was telling me that it was an iffy signal, but you know, you got to dig them. All right, the next target, once again, would not have dug it with the Sport. It was straight iron signal with a little chirp, you know, every now and then. After I dug the plug out, the MX Sport would give me a bump that it was, you know, like a low to mid 70s, but then it would jump right back to iron signal. So I definitely would not have dug that signal to start with the MX Sport. That signal's right there. Had another one marked right here. You know, initially going over the hole, the MX Sport, you know, it was saying it's iron. You know, I don't know what all is in the hole here. So I popped the plug out, then it bumped up to like a 65 or something, and stayed pretty consistent. You know, kept digging around, and then you know, there we go. I would not have dug that initially with the Sport. So I would have missed that button for sure. A couple more targets right here that I've marked. That's saying iron. That's saying 6.5 inches. All right, we walk around that one getting pretty good signal all the way around it, so we're going to dig it. All right, it right on top of the ground. It didn't, you know, it wasn't a really great signal, but that's kind of weird. You know, I would have definitely dug it with the MX Sport. I mean, it, you know, that's going to be some kind of button. That looks like the back. In the front, I don't think it's going to have, that's just a plain flat button, but pretty much would have dug it with both machines. What do you think, Relic Hound? Huh? Enjoying the sun? You see a deer? Where's a rabbit? Huh? Hit the bird. You go get that bird. Well, I had a signal here that was, you know, it was good one way, not so good the other. I don't remember what it was on the Garrett, but it was a, you know, markable signal. So, yeah, it was pretty deep. And there you go. I would have dug that with both machines. You know, although this the Sport was, you know, a little more one-way signal maybe, I don't know, but still enough of a signal. And also, when I'm digging a signal like this, it's not, you know, if I on the Weiss machine, I listen more to the tones, and on the Garrett machine, I look more at the numbers. But when the Weiss machine gives me some good tone, you know, 3/4 of the way around the hole, I'm going to dig it up or dig the plug out to see if the sound gets better. And another one here, some got signals marked, the ones I'm digging, and that were good signals. I got another one here. You know, the Sport hit it, you know, pretty good. You know, showing it to be like a 30, but I noticed on the Weiss machines, the flat buttons will come in from like a 9 or 10 all the way up, so you got to dig them. But another one wasn't very deep, you know, maybe 3 or 4 inches in the ground, but so much iron in the ground here that oh, that's a nice one. That says something on it, I do believe. Let's check that out. Oh, that's just a fancy button there. Nice little design all the way around it. That's going to be pretty. Cool. All right, we'll keep you posted. What do you think, Mo? Well, I came over here. I just dug something here a little bit ago. And I came back over here because it looked like there was another spot here that I hadn't scratched off and checked, and I'm getting this. I don't know if you can hear that or not. That's a low full tone on high trash. Switches to coin and jewelry. Still getting a foil tone. Switches to Relic. Hits it hard. You know. But the VDIs are not good. And there is a thimble laying almost on top of the ground. I'm very surprised at that. And this is a hole that I came over and checked earlier and got something out of. But that just goes to show you that little sucker will fool you right there. I know my camera's getting tired of turning off and on, but it's some crazy stuff. But right there, now what? right there was that thimble laid on the ground. I'd already dug a hole right there doing a comparison, right there doing a comparison. And I don't know if I missed this or whatever coming through here with the Garrett, but you know, the whites just hit it hard right there and dug it up kind of deep. And another thimble. That's pretty crazy. That's very cool. So that one hit pretty good in the, you know, upper 40s to upper 50s, but it was very repeatable. Anyway, keep on getting up. What are you doing, Mo? Well, I did, you know, a good bit of hunting over there with the MX Sport. And I don't know, dug a bunch of buttons, so just went, took it back after we'd been doing our comparison stuff and decided I would go ahead and, you know, just get the AT Max out and run it a while. And this is my 5th button with the AT Max. You know, I've been in some pretty good trash, but when I dug it, I thought that was a coin. Real heavy button. It's you know, it's a pretty button. It has some nice design on it, but it's got that little beveled edge around it, and it's thick. It's real heavy. Felt like a coin. So anyway, I think I'm gonna get ready to go and see if I can't find some Civil War relics, but I'm gonna fool around here a little bit longer. And we'll fool around here a little bit longer, see what we can do, see what else we can pull up. And you know, maybe we'll get a copper before we get out of here. But anyway, I did a pretty good comparison, and you know, I don't know, I'm still out on the verdict. I think that the whites might discriminate iron a little better. You know, I don't know, it hit the good targets, you know, about the same, you know, for the most part. Maybe when I got the Garrett out, you know, I walked over to one spot and I dug 3 buttons like one place. So I might have missed that with the Sport, or you never know. I mean, there's so much ground, it's hard to make sure you get your coil over all of it. So anyway, we'll get back with you later. What do you think, Moo? Well, I think I'm about done. What I think. Yeah. I've been all over this field. Ain't been able to find a bullet. That's pretty hard to believe. But anyway, I just had a real quiet signal. I mean, just a whisper. And I said, well, what the heck, I'm gonna try it. And you know, after I dug a big plug out, I knew, you know, it was pinpoint pretty close to the center, so I was pretty sure it was going to be something. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. We got us a round ball right in the bottom of the hole. Pretty rough, but man, I'll take it. Shoot. Thing was I don't know. Right here's the top of the ground. That's at least another 3.5 inches. That's about 15, 16 inches deep. Pretty good. Old Hoover vacuum cleaner does a good job. So we'll get back, get our buttons cleaned up, and see what we got. Thanks. Well, here's some of the iron I dug today. I got the rest of the stuff in the house, but it's a, you know, something off a mule thing. This little round piece here was full of nails, like that went on a shovel handle or something, I don't know, or had a bunch of nails stuck in it. A little square nail. This thing's pretty cool. You could drive that into a board and use that to hang a lantern or something on. There's an iron. It's pretty neat. Another piece of the same kind of thing as that, I believe. But I get the other stuff cleaned up, and I'll get you a picture, see what all we got. Now here's what we got for 2 days of digging with the MX Sport. All these were dug except for 6 buttons were dug with the Garrett AT Max. But all these today I got, and then these I got last night. I was out for a couple hours before dark. So still a lot of buttons on Button Hill to be dug.